talk about gratitude. So I do a morning routine and an evening routine. I bet you, Pamela, does the same thing. I write 10 things I'm grateful for.
That's good.
3 people that I send love to 3 people that are bothering me, if they are. Honestly, if somebody is bothering me, the best thing ever to do is send love vibrations to them.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And sometimes I put me on the list. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do.
She just said her name's in there all the time.
And then I put down my and I write like I'm happy and grateful now that something, well, my person, everybody's going to be different.
Yes.
So what I would follow what Pamela says in there, and Corey said it too. Gratitude is huge. For the people that want to change, gratitude is key.
Yes.
And the other thing is it's the feelings. It's the feelings, and we keep talking about feelings. So why don't you go into like feelings and gratitude with just a little bit more?
Yeah, I'd love to, Kathy. Thank you. So I want you to think about right now something you can be grateful for. Take a moment. Something maybe from a past situation or something with a person, something, anything that you can be grateful for. Can you all get something in your heart? Close your eyes and picture it. Step back into that moment with that person, that situation, circumstance like it's happening right now. Feel it. Feel what you felt then, now. Okay, open your eyes back up. That was spending like 20 seconds on. How did it feel? Feel good? Just nod your head, yes. Is that a better way to start your day than crabby? You know, because if I said to you, which I'm not going to say, pick up something, think of something that you're not happy about. I mean, that would be really easy, right? Never be yours. So when it comes to connecting with that feeling, and the reason you start with gratitude, gratitude's the attitude to be, right? And so with gratitude, you're immediately, when you wake up in the morning, you're feeling what you felt just now. Do you think that will help you direct your day a little bit better? Maybe you'll feel a little bit, maybe your reaction time, like Nicole talked about having a reaction, your reaction or that, quick fuse might not be there. I don't know about you, but if I don't have that gratitude, that devotion time in the morning, I can tell it within an hour or so. Now, the only other thing that I would say about that is this. I used to beat myself up thinking I had to have an hour every day or 2 or whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to have an hour or 2 every day? And if you can do that, good for you. Keep doing it and spend some time sending love and gratitude my way, because my life doesn't always work out in the morning that I can have an hour every day. Okay. I mean, I can get up. I do get up early because I think I can't afford not to invest in myself in the morning. Okay. I have too much coming at me with the family and all of that. Like, I can't afford not to get up at 5. I just can't, because there's too much going on. Whether I go to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 1 a.m., I'm getting up at 5. That doesn't mean I'm going to look like this. I'll be in my jammies, but I'm up in gratitude or prayer or both, right? So what I want to say to you about this is, though, I learned is you have to have multiple types of gratitude sequences. I have my 5 minutes, but it means a lot to me. I'm not just like, I'm talking about a little, right? So I'm like, okay, 5 minutes. I'm going to give my all for 5 minutes. So before you think that's not enough, if you spent 5 minutes in gratitude for 7 days, how much time are you spending in gratitude? Come on, my math people out there. 5 times 7, what is that? Okay, what if you did 35 minutes for 4 weeks? 35 times 4. Any math people out there? Don't ask me to be a math person. No. 35. Somebody got a calculator? 35.
Okay, so hang on, what?
140 minutes. Okay, now take 140 minutes. Who can take it times 12?
1,680. Wow.
Take 1,000 minutes in a year of gratitude attitude. would change your life? 5 minutes a day. So before you throw that, say, I don't do it. 5 minutes of gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful to wake up. I'm so happy and grateful. And you don't just spew it out, right, Kathy? You feel it. Like you stay there, and if you can't think of anything, your heart's beating, or you go back to when your child was born, or whatever. You just pull on those moments. If there's nothing that's right there, like in front of you, pull on those moments and feel it. It is going to make you what? HAPPY, right? And what happens when we're that way? It changes our life. So just remember, when you think, I don't have enough, 5 minutes, 1,000, what do we say, 1,000?
1,680.
That will change your life. And maybe your kids and everybody else. So, thanks, Kathy.
So yeah, gratitude is huge. I highly recommend writing 10 things you're grateful for every single day. And whether you can write them or feel them. But either way, feel them. For sure, feel them. That's huge. Another thing I want to talk about is forgiveness. That's a big one. Because I know forgiveness is forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of God. And so I had to go through, the people that were here last night know that I had to go through, I went through my breast cancer, went through my tumor, and went through a divorce. And I was angry. Jamie was my go-to girl. We got divorced at the same time. And so we were healing and going, we were part of both. And so I had my breast cancer, had my tumor, went through my divorce. My divorce was hard. It was really hard because nobody gets into a relationship thinking they're going to get divorced.
No.
Mike was he was my high school sweetheart. And then we ended up having our business crashed, and he got depressed. And he was actually depressed most of our marriage. And he would get on a really high, he'd be really good, and then he'd get really depressed. And then I would talk to him, bring him up to a level that he was happy again. And then he would either go high or low. I don't know. I was always in charge. It was always hard for me because I had to be that person for him. And I thought that was my role in life. And then I got to a point where it was just hard. It was just hard. I was with him for 22 years and I walked on eggshells all the time. And not that I don't love the man. I love him. He's the father to my kids. She's one of them. The other one you saw screaming in the food. And then our business crashed and my mom passed away. And then we got divorced. It was just kind of like a domino effect. And it was my choice to get divorced. I blindsided him that I wanted a divorce. So he was hurt. And he was angry at me. And I used to get texts from him that were like this long. Telling me what a horrible person I was. It was, I didn't mean to hurt him or getting divorced. I didn't mean to. But I know I did. But looking back at it now, I think we're both better off, honestly. And we've grown quite a bit without each other. And I did meet Jeff, the guy I'm married to now. You guys, and I know we're talking about forgiveness, but I just want to give a shout out. My shout out to Jeff, actually, he's awesome. I met him in 2014 after I went through my breast cancer and stuff, and he just stayed around, and he just kind of was like the puppy dog. He was just like a little puppy dog, just didn't go anywhere. But it was what I needed because I had to go through the healing process. I had to go through the forgiveness process. I had to forgive things that had happened in my life. I had to go through when you like get divorced, or when you go through cancer, when you go through all of those types of things, you have to go through a grieving process.
Yeah.
And I never understood the fact I had to go through a grieving process for my breast cancer. I didn't get it. And I had to go through the grieving process for my getting divorced. And so if anybody's been divorced, you know that you have to go through a grieving process.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was going through all these grieving process, forgiveness processes, and then Jeff stayed with me, ended up having a date like in 2017, and Kenneth's like, you can move in. No, you moved in, and I'm like, yeah, I was good. So I did have to learn how to forgive, and I'm not gonna say it was easy. It's not necessarily easy sometimes, especially if you've been hurt, or whether you hurt yourself, whether you hurt another. It's not easy, but you know what? In order to heal and get to the other side, it's worth it. Right. It's absolutely worth it. So, what do you have to say about forgiveness?
Well, I first want to say, I'm so glad you chose to forgive. Because look at you now.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, isn't it amazing to see your mom so happy? I mean, what an example to the children, but to that generation, to the generations that come. Again, everything we're doing is affecting more than just us. So she's saying you're a different woman. She's seen that transformation, knows the power of what forgiveness will do, what it means when a person says, I'm choosing me, I'm choosing life, I'm choosing joy, I'm choosing to get on with, what's good and fulfill my purpose. And part of that was going to be happy. And of course, meeting Jeff, right? Yeah. And then following after that relationship. So that's such an example of what happens when we choose to listen. But what I want to share about forgiveness is it's not a feeling. It's a choice. Yeah. And so many years ago, when I had to go through some healing in the area of a divorce, there was a minister friend of mine who said, bless them, bless him. And I said, I don't want to bless him. And she goes, no, just follow the bouncing ball with me for a minute. She said, it might start like this. Move. Move. Bless him. And then I understood why she was saying that, and I laughed. I thought that was funny. But this is so true. So it started for me like that. Because you're so angry and you're so hurt, right? Whatever it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a disease, whether it's whatever it is, it's come. But you do it as an act of your will. The feelings will follow eventually. But if you choose it as an act of your will, we talked about that earlier. I would imagine myself like, okay, I don't feel like I'm forgiving him right now. I'm still whatever, angry, whatever. But I'm looking at myself as like a person that's free from that. I see that I see it that it is a possibility, like maybe, and then eventually I wasn't like, it was just more like, love. Yeah. But then one day when I said it, I meant it all those other times as an act of my will, but my emotion, my feeling caught up with it. Now that doesn't mean that you go running back to, if it's somebody that hurts you, you go running back to them, right? You don't lay down and be a doormat, right? Being meek does not mean that you're weak. The word meek actually means silent strength. Remember that. Yeah. And so you come to a place where all of a sudden you realize, there's a great change. Because you've done the work. You chose to show up every day. So forgiveness creates happiness. Forgiveness creates gratitude. At this point in my life, I'll tell you this, because this was many years ago. Because I was in my 20s when this happened. 5 years ago or so, that person named Mike. What is it with the Mike? He did it. Reached out to me. Now I have to tell you, he was an agnostic inebriant, which means he had a serious drinking problem. Okay, and that was one of the reasons why it didn't work. So, which was devastating to me because you get, as Kathy said, you get married to stay married. Like I wasn't going, okay, so like who's going to do this divorce before you get married, right? You don't think about it like that. Like, who should I have? All right, so 20 plus years later, this person reaches out to me, Mike, and he says, the best thing you ever did was leave me. And I'm like, no kidding. And he said, because you left, I sobered up. And I want you to know I've been sober for like 15 years. Yeah. And I changed and I became a better man. And I've never told you. So I'm telling you. And I just want you to know. Do you think that that didn't rock my world in a good way? So you see, when we choose to do that, we don't know the repercussions down the road of who that could affect. But when he contacted me, he wasn't angry anymore. And when he told me that he was free and he wasn't drinking, he'd been sober forever and a day, it was like, I'm so happy for him. So Kathy, I think that forgiveness has got to be a within work.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
we can't expect our feelings and emotions to like be with it right then. It's got to be a choice that we make and know that it'll eventually all of a sudden you're going to be like, I really feel it now. Like I really feel that I forgave him. It's no longer just I'm doing this out of my will, even though I don't feel it. All of a sudden one day you do. Whether it's whoever it is, even if it's yourself, right? Did you have something that you're hand on?
No.
Okay. So yeah, so that's what and then can I say one real quick thing about gratitude?
Yeah, well, of course you can.
It's so grateful.
I was like choking her. So.
You're not awesome. Isn't she awesome? She's so wise. So with gratitude, Kathy showed you her gratitude journal here. And from a teacher's perspective, because I'm a teacher, do you remember when you were in school and they would have you write down those awful spelling words? You're like, Do you know why they had you do that? So you'd remember it. So that when it was time for the spelling test, you'd be like, you know it. And back in the day when they actually made you writing in cursive actually was more connecting in the right and left hemispheres and all that kind of stuff. So writing it in cursive is even better if you know how to write in cursive and if you want to do it that way. But what happens is it actually gets into your nervous system. It gets into your psyche. It gets into the memories. And mind is your whole body. And that's why the kids can stand up and do the spelling bees because they've memorized it, they've written it. It becomes part in essence of who they are. And so when you make a decision to write something down that you're grateful for, 5 things, 10 things, 100 things, whatever it is, you're going to start to experience it. When I had to go into the hospital, I started writing 100 times a day. And let me tell you, this was not something that took me 5 minutes, writing it 100 times a day. And I did that for 3 months because I knew when the surgery was coming. And I was writing it out. I am so happy and grateful now that I am cured, now that I am, and I would write it out 100 times a day. But you know what happened? I started to believe it. It started to be real to me. And when fear tried to creep up, I could put it down faster. Okay? So I just want to encourage you to maybe consider writing it and doing like a check-in or a checkup from the neck up, as I like to say, in like 10 days and see, is this making a difference for your peace? You're centering up on peace. Is it helping you? So writing it down is a big deal. If you can't write it down, you skip a day, come back and do it the next day. But if something is important to you, let's push it to the top of it. And so that's all that I wanted to say. Thank you. All right, I would like you to make yourself comfortable. We're going to do a meditation now to feel everything that has come to us today.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Pamela. Today, I want to take you on a meditation journey with me called Heart Coherence. So let me just tell you a little bit about heart coherence. Heart coherence meditation is important because those 12 inches from your brain to your heart are a short distance in measurement, but it is quite a drop to have things drop down into your heart where your believing center is and where our subconscious thoughts are confirmed or rejected. When we take time to activate heart coherence, there are some things that happen. Well, we calm down. Anybody like that idea? And that just means there's more peace. Stress is released, and it makes it so much easier to make quality decisions. Quality decisions to me are a decision that you make and you don't go back on. Sometimes people avoid making those decisions, those quality decisions, because they don't feel peace and they are full of stress. So practicing heart coherence, which is a mind and heart connection that is positive and heaven sent, helps us to be able to navigate through our daily life. Now, heart coherence is a term used by the institute known as Heart Math, one of my favorites. And Heart Math does a lot to teach people about the importance of the mind and the heart connection. And they describe this coherence as the state where the heart, mind, and emotions are in an energetic alignment, and they are cooperating with each other. They also have gone on to say it is a state that builds resiliency. It is where personal energy is accumulated and not wasted. This means we are left with more energy to manifest our intentions and have harmonious outcomes. Heart, your heart, my heart. Our heart has its own neural networks that communicate directly with our brain. But due to life happening, negative emotions and experiences, our stinking thinking, this network can become convoluted and polluted. The opposite is also true. As we create the proper positive coherence, harmony is established, and there is a cohesion and a synergy of positivity and restoration. There's also another level of connecting left and right brain hemispheres. So yes, this is scientific and medical as much as it is reflective. When we create this positive cohesion, we're creating positivity, we're creating clarity, and coming back to those quality, positive decision making. Now, I want you to get comfortable. If that is sitting down or laying down or anything in between, I want you to do that right now. Close your eyes. Now let's set our intention. That is our purpose. Why are we doing this? Our intention is to release that stress, have better clarity of thought, and be able to focus more thoroughly after our dreams, our purpose by design. So we're going to start with that intention. Take a moment. And now I want you to just breathe. Breathing isn't anything magical other than it slows you down, and it causes your brain to go, it's time to relax. breathe. Place your hand on your heart, or both hands, and be aware of your heart right now. Maybe you feel it beating. With your hand on your heart, maybe you're aware more of your breathing. Stay here. Feel your heart beating. Be aware of that beat. Be aware of your breathing. Now I want you to slide your hands down. Slide them down around your belly, your diaphragm. Both hands in the middle, one hand on not your sides, but on the corners of your abdomen, rolling towards your rib cage. And I want you to notice your breathing. Are you breathing down into your rib cage and into your belly, or not much? Most of us breathe pretty shallow. And the thing is, the deeper we can breathe, the more oxygen we get into our body, which creates more heart coherence. So I want you to take some deep, slow breaths all the way in and all the way out. All the way in and all the way out. Empty out all that breath. Stay here. Do that a few more times. Keep your hands where they are and feel your rib cage, feel your center expanding. Breathe all the way down into there. Feels so good. Keep breathing. Begin to slow that breathing down. Maybe a inhale count of 4, 5, or 6, and the same on the exhalation. Now on your exhale, your next exhale, I want you to let go of any issues, of anything that's been bothering you, any situation, any circumstance. I want you to release it right now so you can get the full benefit of this meditation. So release it on that exhale. And then inhale love, peace, coherence, answers, harmony. Do it again. All right. We're ready. Focus on your breathing and on my voice. I want you to activate gratitude by pulling up a memory, a situation, a person that you can be grateful for. And now I want you to step into it, into that memory, into that situation with that person as if it's happening right now. Feel what you felt then or what you feel with that person. What does it feel like? Notice these feelings and appreciate them. So many times we feel the good stuff and we go, oh, that feels good, but we don't appreciate it. This is called being mindful, stopping to take the time to smell those roses. Appreciate this feeling right now. How does it feel? And where in your body are you feeling it? Put your hand there. As if to notice it and encourage it. It doesn't matter if you feel a release or you feel it in your chest or you feel it on your knee or the end of your nose. Just connect. Mind is throughout all the body. And so the way God has wired us is we use all of us. So put your hand where you feel it. Now I want you to do it again. Pick another gratitude moment, another moment, situation, circumstance, person you can be grateful for. Step into it again. Feel what you felt then, now. Reach that feeling, appreciate it. Put your hand where you feel it. Taking time to do this begins to change the rhythm that we're operating in. Frequency you're vibrating to. One more time. Pick another one. Step into it. Real time. Feel it again right now. Where are you feeling it? Put your hand there. Notice what's happening in your body right now. Maybe your shoulders have lowered. Maybe there's tingling. Maybe there's just a sense of feeling more peaceful or light. Recognize it. This is you becoming coherent with your heart and mind. I want you to recognize this feeling so you can come back to it. You are bringing unity right now to all of you, spirit, soul, and body, your muscles, your tissue, your glands, your organs, all of you. Your emotions, your will, your thought patterns, your God connection, your ability to hear from God. We're building unity right now. Stay here. Now I want you to give a gift to yourself. First gift, scan your body. What part of you needs a little extra TLC right now? Send it. Breathe in from your heart to that place, that part of you, the back, your stomach, your GI tract, your toe, I don't know. Send that unity there by breathing it in, by saying a prayer, by thanking God, by seeing yourself whole. This is a gift. You're giving yourself a gift. We're building truth right now. Oh, not truth as the world gives, but truth as God gives. Truth that His whole entire universe gives. You are a whole person, a whole individual. You don't have to live broken and disconnected. Let's give you another gift. Is there a thought that hasn't been positive that you'd like to see changed? Let's send heart cohesion to that thought right now. Breathe. Ask, how can I think differently? Allow there to be a connection. The strongest magnet will pull the others. Let your heart be the magnet. It wants to bring you the unity and the answers. Whatever thought adjustment or answer that came, you will remember it at the end of this meditation. Finally, one more gift. Let's pull your future into the present. What is it that you really want to do? That you really want to accomplish? Maybe that's in a relationship. Maybe it's losing or releasing some weight. Maybe it's a book you want to write. Maybe it's a vacation you want to go on, or a business you want to start or see increase. What is it? See yourself in it, first person, right now, with the manifestation of your desire. Feel it. Feeling is everything. So many times during the day, if we stopped and did a checkup from the neck up and said, how am I feeling? We might feel frustrated or angry or sad or confused. And that affects how we pursue our dreams and goals, and how we do anything is how we do everything. So connecting right now like you're doing, feeling this, it's going to create that heart coherence that will direct your day and will affect your purpose by design, your dreams and goals. Now notice your breathing. Notice your feelings. Notice the difference. And when this meditation is done, you will still remember and you'll write it down. All right, in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. Keep breathing, keep smiling, keep feeling. If you have an ask, something that you want to ask now, ask of yourself, ask of God. Okay. One, focus on your breathing. 2, open those beautiful eyes back up. Come back into the room where you were at. Stay still. Be in the stillness and experience how refreshed and clear and peaceful you feel right now. Keep breathing. 3. Circle your arms up above you as if to clap your hands, but don't clap them. Bring them up together like prayer hands. And now from up above your head, pull them down, straight down so they come past your forehead. They come past your nose, your mouth, into your heart. Pull those hands into your heart, lay them across your heart or your chest, as if to seal this time together. Take a deep breath in, breathe in all that goodness, seal it in, and exhale strong and hard to continue to push away what is not serving you. Congratulations. You've experienced heart coherence. You can come back to this place anytime. Now, I said there would be 2 things. Number 1, if you had something that you were looking for an answer for, or a feeling that was generated when you were focusing on thinking differently, I want you to write that down. And also at the end, I said, if you have an ask, ask it. And so what was that answer? Pay attention to this moment. You know how to reactivate this any time. And this coherency is going through your whole body, all of its systems, your mind, your will, your emotions, all of you, your thinking processes, your judgment, your decision making. God bless you. I honor you and love you. Stay heart smart. Remember, you have a purpose by design, not by default. Go out there and be the salt and the light everywhere you go.
This woman is definitely a woman on purpose. She is a host, come on, TV as well as radio, an elite coach, none other than Dr. Pamela Hinkle, as she come on the stage. Hey, Dr. Hinkle, my friend, let's go, because I know you got some nuggets for us.
I am so fired up to be with all of you here today. I am Dr. Pamela Hinkle, and I speak, teach, coach, and write success. I am excited to share with you some strategies surrounding your purpose. You are here on purpose with a purpose, by design, not by default.
So excited to be here. It's a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Yes, and back at you, sir. And to all of us that get to be with you today, thank you for being on the Pamela Show. Hey, John!
Hello, Pamela. Great to be here. Super excited. How are you doing?
Oh, it is so exciting. Well, everybody, this is John Tallarico.
I've had the opportunity to work with Pamela on a couple of different occasions. I can tell you she's an excellent podcaster, doing the interviews and bringing thought-provoking questions, not only to the listeners, but to the person being interviewed themselves.
Hey guys, Benzo Pudicher. I just wanted to do a quick video here for my friend Pamela. You know, Pamela is a great mentor, friend, and colleague, and she is somebody that is great at what she does. And if you ask why, it's the way she thinks. You see, she has a thought process of how she asks questions to get answers and to get the real truth from within you. When I had and worked with Pamela, that was one of the things that I noticed about her. She was very strategic on questions she asked because she already knew what she was looking for. And when I worked with her, she was able to excel me from within, because those questions obviously come with answers. And with her specific way of how she does things, how she communicates with people, the questions she asks, the scope that she can give you and make you think is what's going to make you grow and build your awareness from within. And that's very important. If you have a business, if you have a goal, or if you have an idea, you want somebody that's going to help you develop you, not just some cookie cutter approach. She is definitely somebody I recommend you work with, and she is definitely somebody that's going to show you how to get the results that you actually want. And it all starts in the mind, and this is something that she's excellent in. If you have an opportunity and you have a chance to work with Pamela, definitely sign up, because you don't want to miss it. She's going to take you to a whole new level.
See, we have to fight for our dreams. We have to be willing to fight. We have to be willing to stick it out. We have to be willing to pay the price for it. Your purpose by design, your calling, if that's what you want to call it, the reason you're here on planet Earth is not just about you. Hear me. It's time to arise. Arise and fight for your dreams. When does an athlete win? Does the athlete win when they're holding the title or the trophy? Is that when they won? Some people might say yes. I'm telling you it's not. They won every time they showed up to train. To planet Earth, you came finished. You came complete, perfect, product. If we agree that there's nothing that could be worth more than life, a human life, then why would we think that we are here on accident? Come on! Why would we think that we do not come as a finished product? Because we have